Shannon Blaylock here. Well, Shannon Dunaway now. Been saying that for a long time and just working on getting that maiden name back. So, hey, what I do is I help network marketers who are struggling online. I help them with marketing and mindset. So, welcome to my first Facebook Live. And tonight's topic is going to be fear. I figured that was a pretty good one since I have been very afraid of doing Facebook Lives. So, let me tell you how this topic came up tonight, and then we'll get into, I've got some stories to share with you and some reasons you might be afraid of some things in your business too, okay? So I have a business coach. You should have one too. Everybody who's ever accomplished anything great in history has had a coach. So I met with my coach Saturday night, and she was thankfully gentle with me, but gently prodding me to do Facebook Live because it is that important in marketing today. So I said, okay. And we set a goal for this coming week that I would do a couple of Facebook Lives. Then the next day, a girlfriend of mine that I met in Austin at a workshop told me she was starting a Facebook Live challenge group, and she suggested that I join. And I was like, okay, I get the hint. I'll do the Facebook Live thing. So that's how this all came about. And with being so afraid of it, I had the topic of fear on my mind. And let's see. Then today I was at the doctor because I have a little cough going on. I hope that won't interfere much. And I heard a story about a military hero. These are real life people, and those to me are the bravest people on the planet. And he was in the Vietnam War. He was a medic, and his name was Captain Rose, I believe. And the president gave him a medal today. I don't remember what it was, but I'm sorry. But at any rate, he was truly a hero. My dad was also a medic in the military, so it, stuck out to me. But just for instance, their helicopter crashed, and instead of focusing on his own wounds, which he was injured, he was focusing on the other men. And just amazing. That's something to really be afraid of. Being in a helicopter, being in war, these are things to really be afraid of. So another story that I wanted to tell you about. You may have seen this video, but it was circulating on Facebook a few weeks ago. And this was a former Navy SEAL who was talking to a graduating class. And hi, Holly. He's talking to a graduating class, and he was telling them that if you want to change the world, start with making your bed in the morning. And he was talking about when the Navy SEALs train, they have to go down to the bottom of the ocean and wait there for a certain period of time. And then if a shark happens to come along, which just might happen if you're sitting on the bottom of the ocean, if it happens to come along, then they were supposed to punch the shark in the nose. Okay. Once again, I did too. Holly said she loved that speech. I did too. It was great. That's something to truly be afraid of. Yes. Okay. Then the third story, that I wanted to share with you about real fear and real bravery is my own dad. When he was in the Navy in Pensacola, he was training, and they took them out into the ocean for about a mile off the coast and just dropped him off, and they had to swim back to shore. And so, there was really no option. It was, you're going to swim or you're going to not make it. So, he obviously swam. And when I asked him about that, I was like, Dad, how in the world did you do that? And he said, well, what do you mean? I had no choice. So that's what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today. What are the things that you're afraid of in your business? at this point. I know, like I just told you, I've been massively afraid of doing Facebook Lives. I love public speaking, but I like for my speeches to be prepared. I don't like the impromptu thing. So that's been holding me back. But maybe you're afraid of Facebook Lives. Maybe you're afraid of getting on the phone. Maybe you're just not one that likes to connect with people. Whatever it is, that place is where your greatest growth can be. And the next time you're really afraid of it, I want you to think about this. I want you to picture that Navy SEAL sitting on the bottom of the ocean, waiting for a shark to come along to punch in the face. Okay. If that was you, that's legitimate fear. Okay. This other stuff that we let get in the way of building our business, it's not that it doesn't feel real to us, but when we put it in perspective, it is really not that big of a deal. And everything that we want is on the other side of it. So it's pretty important for us to get over it. Don't you agree with that? So here's what I think. I'm going to give you 3 reasons. All right, let's see. 3, we just talked about that. What are you afraid of in your business? If you want to hit me up with a comment about that, if there's anything that, you know, is holding you back, let me know. I'm also going to move on now to the why you're afraid. You might not like this part, but remember, I was a chicken liver about getting on Facebook Live, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to being afraid. Here's the first reason that you might be afraid. You might be worrying too much about what other people think. And, you know, does it really matter what they think? Because what's that quote about? Well, never mind. I'll find it another time and share it with you. But I love that quote about, it's the critic, you know, the one that's sitting on the sidelines, that he lives just this dead kind of life. It's the person that's in the game. They are the ones that, you know, really are living. And so it doesn't matter. They're not paying your bills. They're not in your skin. So it doesn't matter what they think. Just go on and do what you feel like you need to do. Let me tell you another reason. Think back to that story about my dad and being out there in that ocean. He had no choice. If you're giving yourself time for fear, it might be because you have too much time. Maybe you've put too much time between what you want and when you want it. And you're in this comfy little comfort zone in the meantime. You know, you've got the big screen TV, you've got a nice house, you've got a decent income. So there's no urgency involved in it. But when you put urgency behind it, you'll get on it. I have some very urgent goals right now, which is the whole reason I'm sitting here scared to death, scared spitless, as I like to say, doing a Facebook Live. But my goals are urgent to me right now. And then the last one is that maybe, just maybe, you're focusing too much on yourself and not on the value that you can give other people. Because there are people out there that need to hear your message. You were born with a message inside of you, and it's time to just get it out. You know, not everybody's going to love it, and that's okay. But the people that are meant to hear it will love it. And but they can't if you don't just open your mouth. Sometimes it helps to put a purpose behind it. I'm really passionate about a group called Operation Underground Railroad. And what they do is they help get children out of slavery, sexual slavery. And it's really on my heart to help them out. And I can't do that if I don't open my mouth and get my message out there, increase my income, all of those things. The more I increase my income, the more I can be of service and of help to other people. So I hope some of that helped you today. And I hope that you will take that and just get past your fear. I would love to help you with that. Oh, good, Holly. She says she's a part of it. Yeah, they're great. I would love to help you get over some of those fears. So here's what I want you to do. You can either private message me, or you can send me, you know, a comment below and just let me know, hey, I have some fears I'm dealing with. And then let's you and I look at it together. I'll give you 20 minutes of my time. We'll look at it, what's holding you back, and we'll come up with an action plan, because I can tell you right now, the only thing, there is no magic pill. There's no potion that you can go drink that will get rid of your fear. The only thing that's going to kill it is action. And so let me help you develop an action plan. I'll be glad to hold your hand and walk you through that, and we'll tackle that thing together, okay? So until next time, thank you so much for being here with me. Feel free to share if you got value, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Have a great night.